Welcome to iScoot Connecticut. I'm your host, Robert G. I'm very excited to unbox, assemble, and test my HYPERAX Volt Lift Assist RV-rated hitch-mounted 2 e-bike rack carrier. I already have a HYPERAX Volt RV rack, but you have to lift the bikes up to get them into the carrier. This new model has built-in ramps, so I can just wheel the bikes up and down. I'm not going to go over every step in detail in this video. The HYPERAX website is really good with lots of information, instructions, and videos. The owners of HYPERAX must have stock in cardboard and packing foam companies because all their products are triple boxed and all the void spaces in the boxes are padded with foam or bubble wrap. If you can find anywhere on the internet an unboxing for a cheap import rack, you'll see a bunch of lightweight parts dumped in a box. Nothing like that here. I'm going to speed up the footage, but rest assured everything is well packed. Inside the big box, there were 2 smaller boxes with the remainder of the bike rack components. Just do not lose anything. It's a good idea to lay everything out and inventory it against the assembly guide. The assembly guide has photographs of all the pieces. For the first step, I chose to insert the crossbar into the hitch of my car. These components are heavy, so a helper would be a great idea. My other advice would be to double check that you're using the correct nut, bolt, and washer at each step. This piece can be folded up against the car when the rack is not in use, but you'll need to keep tools with you to do that step. Some sort of quick connect, disconnect would be great, but that would make the entire setup less rigid. The end pieces for the main ramps need to be attached at this point. This is a very simple step. They also make an adapter that goes on the end pieces for smaller tires that you can put on at this point. The adapters do come with the rack, so you don't have to buy them. The smallest bike that I have has 20 by 4 inch tires, so I don't need to use the small tire adapter. We are getting close to having a complete bike rack. I'm just putting the ramps onto the carrier now. Here is the vertical bar. It is hinged and has a quick connect to fold down, either for storage or to make it easier to wheel the bikes up and down. Basically, we're at the final steps. I'm putting on the hooks. The hooks pivot 90 degrees if needed to get the bikes on and off. The hooks lock and are keyed alike to match the hitch pin and the cable lock. HYPERAX included the hitch pin lock and the cable lock with the rack. That's a really nice touch. The rack is not cheap, so they don't try and nickel and dime you on extras. Okay, let's get to the fun part. I'm going to load and unload several e-bikes so you can see how easy it is. First up is the Engwe X26. The X26 is a dual battery folding e-bike, probably the tallest and heaviest e-bike on the market today. I just wanted to share my experience assembling the HYPERAX Volt Lift Assist carrier. I did not include every step and every detail. please watch the official assembly video and read all the instructions. If you want a heavy-duty bike carrier for e-bikes, I highly recommend the HYPERAX products. They are expensive, but so are the bikes that we're carrying. Also, consider the liability if you had a carrier fail while driving on the highway. Remember, you get what you pay for. In fact, I just saw in the news that a popular e-bike rack from another company just issued a recall on their e-bike carriers. The only disadvantage I see to the HYPERAX products is that they are heavy. If you cannot lift them confidently, make sure you get help when taking them on and off your hitch. I just did another video on the HYPERAX dolly, which really helps moving the rack around. In fact, they're including it with this rack now, but check the website to see what the current promotion is. Next up is the Troxus Lynx step-through e-bike. I'm using the HYPERAX step-through adapter since this bike does not have a top tube. I've been using this particular step-through adapter for the past year with no issues whatsoever. Last but not least is my Senada Drifter folding e-bike. This frame style is very popular, and I know a lot of e-riders that have them. People bought them to fold and put in the back of their cars, but they can be awkward to fold and lift. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this walkthrough of the HYPERAX Volt Lift Assist RV rated hitch mounted 2 e-bike rack carrier. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments. I will try my best to answer them, and if I can't, I will reach out to HYPERAX.